The High Court is sitting for a second day to hear two challenges to the federal government's same-sex marriage postal survey. The Commonwealth is arguing its case today. Here's reporter Elizabeth Burns. So Elizabeth, tell us about the government's argument.
Well, the government understandably argues that the postal survey plans and the money set aside to spend on it have all been done legally, above board and within the Constitution. One of the key arguments against it has been that the money hasn't been appropriated properly, that is, the permission from the Parliament hasn't been sought or given for it. And the government has said today, well, it has actually appropriated that money. It appropriated it to go into a fund to be spent on urgent and unforeseen items, which is basically the key part of the case. But most of this morning's argument didn't even look at that. It was looking more at whether the two groups of challengers even have standing, that is, whether they're even qualified to bring this argument to the High Court. At one point, one of the arguments, of course, is that the impact it has on individuals. And Justice Nettle asked some questions about whether people felt that aspersions had been cast on their sexuality. And Mr. Stephen O'Donoghue, who's the Solicitor General, said, well, actually, that's the fault of the old law. This question seeks to end that issue. So I guess we'll hear some more arguments, more substantive arguments, as the afternoon wears on.
When's the High Court expected to hand down its ruling, Elizabeth? Because the survey letters are due to go out next week.
Yes, and indeed they've started printing them because the ink takes a little while to dry. But the High Court, I think we can expect, will deliver a fairly early result. Whether that's today or later this week or early next week, there will be some kind of decision. They may not give their reasons just yet, but I think we'll hear from them soon.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you.